Another big one, another big game. Manchester City hosting Real Madrid. As we know, this is the best game so far. It's almost like the finals to me. Yeah, welcome to Mr. Laughter Sports TV. This time you're going to look at Champions League. You know, Champions League night is tonight. Yesterday we had also Champions League where Inter Milan managed to come out as victorious against AC Milan. As we know now, Inter Milan is through to the finals. And today is another big one, another big game. Manchester City hosting Real Madrid. As we know, this is the best game so far. It's almost like the finals to me. But as we are going to look into the game tonight, we are going to strictly look at Manchester City lineup and also Real Madrid lineup. As we know, it's a predicted lineup, or predicted starting 11, as we may call it. Now, thank you so much once again. Before we go further, can you please subscribe and tap that notification box, and so that wherever we come out with any video, you will be ready. You will be number one to get the news and to get the video right away. Yeah, thank you so much. Now let's look at Madrid going to Manchester City, Etihad Stadium. Now, as we know, Manchester City had a very bad experience last season when they were actually knocked out by Real Madrid themselves, and that really caused a lot of troubles to Manchester City because they didn't really perform to the expectation. And as you know, the Real Madrid best player Vinicius Junior actually punished Manchester City in the dying minute for last season. Now today again we are having this game happening at Etihad, and we know for sure that the first game ended 1-1. And now 1-1 is still anyone's game. It's not like Manchester City is going to win or Real Madrid is going to win. But looking at the game itself, I'm going to look at the lineup itself tonight and see how the game would go. But before we look at the lineup, I want to say some few things about this game. Now, this game is going to be a very tough game. But also knowing that Manchester City this season alone at Etihad, they have actually won most of their games. In the Premier League alone, they have won almost all the games. But also in the Champions League, as we know, they have been playing in the Champions League at home. Nobody has actually beaten them at the Etihad. So as much as Real Madrid is coming with the full force and with the full team, we also know that Etihad is not a very good hunting ground because as you understand, Manchester City right now they're on form and they're beating anybody who comes to Etihad Stadium. Now I suspect that this game would also be very tough from the side of Real Madrid because, as we know, Manchester City is still hunting for a treble. A treble means that they are still in the game and they have FA Cup coming up. They're now in the finals for FA Cup. They're still in the title race, almost actually winning the game, winning the title, and they're still also in Champions League. So being that they're in these three games, Pep Guardiola is now looking at the game as a good opportunity for them to get three trophies. And yeah, my target for now is to look at the starting 11 for all these games. Now, Real Madrid on the other hand, they have been so good. They missed on the La Liga for this season. Barcelona has already gone through to win the La Liga. Now, the only thing that they have left is the Champions League. So as much as we see that City is having strength at home, we also know that Real Madrid has actually won the Champions League last season. So being a defending champion, they would want again to go to the finals and defend the trophy and also go back with the trophy in their cabinets. Now, Real Madrid is not easy. As we know, Real Madrid is having experience. They have been to quarterfinals, they have been to semifinals, they have been to most of the finals also in the Champions League. Now, this Manchester City have gone to the finals only once. where they were beaten by Chelsea the other season, two seasons ago. Now, Real Madrid last season won the trophy, and they won the Champions League. So being that they have the experience, I suspect that this game is going to be a very tough one. And Manchester City, if they don't really play well, it will be a very, very, very hard nut to crack, because Real Madrid, with the experience that they have, might be very difficult for the likes of Haaland and De Bruyne and Gundogan to really exploit the parts that they have there in the midfield. Now, the only advantage that I see that Manchester City would have is having Haaland there in the striking line, and also being at home, having the home support. That can be a very good advantage to Manchester City, so that they can win the game against Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid, with their experience, for sure, I understand that fully they will come with full board and full team. Now, as far as that is concerned, now let's look at the starting 11 for these teams that they're going to play tonight. Now, in Real Madrid, we're starting with Etihad. We are going to start with Manchester City. Now, Manchester City, as you know, they always play 4-3-3, and I'm going to go with 4-3-3 also as well for Manchester City. Now, in goal, I'm going to go with Ederson, as you always know, is the Manchester City goalkeeper always. And I will start him at the goal for tonight's game. Now, in number 2, I'm going to go with Kyle Walker. He will be there for number 2. As we know, Vinicius Jr. is very fast, and Kyle Walker is also very fast. So having that connection with Vinicius Jr. and Kyle Walker, that would be a very, very good part of the field that we would want to really keep our eye on. In the heart of the defense, I will go for Diaz. Diaz is also a very, very good defender. He has been, since he came back to the team, he has been very good for Manchester City, and hopefully he will still continue moving on and having a very good game. Now, we also have Akanji, we shall put him right next to Diaz. Akanji also, since coming back from injury, has been very good for Manchester City, and I bet he would also be there in the heart of the defense. Now, we also have Stones. Stones is going to be playing actually in number 3, or they will switch with Akanji sometimes, but I will put Stones right at the back as well, playing number 3, or they can switch together with Akanji in the left back. Now, in the midfield, I'm going with Rodri. Rodri is a very, very good midfielder, so I go in for him, and he knows how to play in the. He has been playing La Liga before he came to Manchester City, so he knows very well how La Liga team plays. Now, in the midfield, also I will go with Silva. Silva is a very, he's a tactician. He also plays very well. And then we go with Gundogan alongside him. So we have 3 midfield. We have Silva, we have Gundogan, and Rodri. Now in the front, I'm going with De Bruyne as one side of the wing, and also going with Grealish on the other side of the wing, and Haaland in the heart of the striking line. So those are my starting 11 for Manchester City. Now, looking at this starting 11, for sure, if Guardiola went with this, I'm very, very sure that they're going to give Real Madrid a very hard time and a very good hard run for their money. As we know, Champions League is not easy, and the Champions League night is always the toughest night in football, in European football. Now, yes, let's look at Real Madrid lineup, or Real Madrid starting 11, predicted starting 11. Now, in the goal, I'm going to go with Couture being Real Madrid number 1. I will go with, and then also in the left back, I'm going with Carvajal going in the left back, and then in the heart of the defense, I'm going with Militao, Rodrigo. Those are the players that I'm putting in the middle of the back, and then Alaba would go actually on the left for me, and then in the midfield, I'm going with Cruz. I'm going with Camavinga and Modric. That is in the midfield, and then up front, I'll go with Valverde, Vinicius Jr., and then Benzema leading the striking line. So that's our starting 11 for the game tonight, and hopefully this game would be so good and everybody would love to watch the game themselves. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this predicted lineup. Give me your prediction as well. That's my prediction for the channel. As long as we get some comments from you, I would be glad and be happy. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe.